We in my new studio over on the East Coast. You know, I got one on the West Coast, I got one down south, and now we in the East Coast, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know how we do, man. We bring the best guests, and today's no exception. So let me get it going. I thank y'all first of all for when you always stop me on the street and tell me how much you love Pierre's Panic Room. Sometimes y'all say Panic Room, but it's Pierre's Panic Room. I got to brand my own stuff. But no, I appreciate y'all showing me the love, man. All right, you know how we do the show. Start off, we got to do the comments. Got to read the comments of previous shows. So let's knock this thing out. All right. This is from the Backstage Pass with my man Tony Woods. Tony Mac 2380 said, Pierre OG, you out here doing big things. Tony Woods, another legend like yourself. Tony Woods was the one that's Dave Chappelle's mentor. Yeah, he is, man. It's pretty big, man. I remember them coming up together and Chappelle hanging with him, and I like what Chappelle did for him when he got the honor over at Kennedy Center. He gave him a shout out. That was really big of Chappelle. But Chappelle looks out for a lot of DC comics. Shout out to Chappelle and Tony Woods. All right. Also on the same show, I am D King 01. Okay, I am D King 01 says, "Come on, Pierre. Pierre getting a second." I was like, come on, Pierre, get a second microphone already. Damn, is it just me? Hold on, man. The Backstage Pass, man. I just one microphone. Brother, this ain't no production like we do here. Oh, it's a female. Oh, no, King. That's a male. Bro, how about you send me some donations, okay? Cash App there. You see the Cash App sign? Cash App me and we'll get another microphone. If we don't Cash App, then shut your trap, all right? How about that? Either Cash App or shut the trap. How about that, okay? All right. This is from the Pimp and Ken show. Jerome Peterson 7150 said, hey, Pierre, mad love, brother. I love the way you switch the energy of the conversation from give me something good to what did you enjoy about growing up? Good job, sir. Thanks, Jerome. I really appreciate that, brother. Yeah, Pimp and Ken was wild, man. That's my man there. He was very interesting, man. I'm going to work with him on some stuff. Some people are really mad about what he used to do back in the days. I mean, I get it, but he wasn't dragging them women into being pimp. Being hoes and whatever. And some of them wanted, Some women think that's all they got to offer is that box, And why not make some money on that box? But, all right. On the same show, on the Pimp and Kim show, Jeanine, Jeanine, Thomas, 1398 says, Pierre, please let your guest speak. And she spelled guest, Guess. Like as in guess who's on my show? Before you clown me, can we get the English right? It's Guest. That's how we spell guest, okay? Damn, bro. They deserve to complete a sentence. And you called me bro, lady. That's a no-no. Too much male energy. You got too much male toxicity. The hell wrong with your ass? Bro, and spelling guest wrong. If you're going to clown me correct with correct English. All right? It's hard. So, Janine, J9, Jeanine, Thomas, 1398. Get your grammar together, all right? All right, y'all. I'm excited about having this next guest. I've known her for a long time. She's done a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Some of y'all may not have heard of her, but she keeps it 100, and she has a lot to say and talk about. She had a hell of a career. She still has a hell of a career. Very funny comedian. One of the kind of people that you feel like it's on a cusp of something happening. You just need that one little thing. Show her some love. Give it up for the one and only Miss Alycia Cooper! There she is. There she is. What's up, sweetheart? Yeah, looking good. Look at you, girl.
Hey, you too, Pierre. Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, thanks for being my first guest on my East Coast thing. We're doing things. We moving levels. There's levels to this place.
There's levels.
All right?
DC all day. We're going to look out for each other.
And speaking of which, so I did my history on you. I knew of you, but I didn't know how vast your background was. Girl, you've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I've been around.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I can only put a couple of things. I ain't putting all of it, okay? You had a lot of stuff going on. So I was like, I'm going to put every damn thing on. But let's talk about. First of all, I see you grew up where I grew up. Seat Pleasant, Maryland.
Yes.
I didn't know y'all were poor.
Yes.
It
The
was rough in Seat
70s
Pleasant.
in Seat Pleasant, Maryland.
Oh, was it?
But
Yeah.
you know what? It was beautiful. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to grow up anywhere else. It was the early 70s, and home loans was hard for black people to get. So, obviously, you had to have a 2-parent household
Right, that's
to
real.
get the home loan. Because every black family in Seat Pleasant in my neighborhood, Booker T, all had a mother and a father in that house.
Really? I grew up off Dry Log. Do you remember Dry Log?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dry Log. What street did you grow up on?
We was right off George Palmer Highway, which is now what? Martin
Luther King. Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
you were a little further out. Okay. I
You're
was.
past the McDonald's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, Pleasant, boy, I tell you, did you go to Crossland? Did you get
No,
bus?
I went to I moved in high school and went to Potomac.
Okay.
With Monty Williams, the
Oh,
coach
okay.
of the Suns right now.
Yeah.
I think he's the coach of the Pistons now.
Wow, yeah. Now we got bused, to Crossland, which was a little distant. But yeah, man, Sea Pleasant was like a place where black folk, when they got little money, got their first house.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes. And our high schoolers got bused to Bowie. I was supposed to go to Bowie because I went to Benjamin Tasker.
I went to Tasker too.
You went to Tasker. That's the school that the
Shooter.
unfortunate DC
Sniper was
shot
in there.
that
Yeah,
kid.
shot that kid. Yeah.
That
Wow.
I loved that school because Tasker. This is what was beautiful about growing up in PG County. They did like Tasker was black, white. We didn't really we had like 2 Hispanics, but what they would do for the performances, and they would do it for any kind of parties or any functions, they would do half black music, half white music. So that's why we knew about everything. We were singing all that Journey and Chicago,
right.
and they had to listen to Go-Go.
Wow. But that brings back Benjamin Tasker. Wow, Crossland. That's crazy. All right, so then you must have been really into entertainment or wanting to be around entertainment at a young age.
Yeah.
Because out of college, you went straight to working for like BET.
Yeah.
And I read it was like a music producer for TV shows.
Well, BET, I was doing Rap City. That was my first show.
Was it with Joe
Chris
Clear?
Thomas first.
Chris, wow, you was original.
Yeah, then it was Joe Clear, but I was there from Chris.
Okay, so when you work for something like that, are you when you say you're a producer, you pick the songs, or how did you do?
My first job, I was an intern.
Okay.
So I'm the lowest person on the totem pole, and I'm basically the gopher and the person that runs around and gets stuff. You don't really have that much of a responsibility. But as I stayed and got more experience, as a producer, you're coming up with who the guests are, where the locations are, because it was a remote show.
Right.
We're going to go to Ben's Chili Bowl with Heavy D,
Right.
Stuff like that. So we would put all that together, and then the next department would do the scheduling. And then we would take the footage and go to the edit bay and edit it together into an episode.
I've always wondered. I kind of know, but I'm not knowing your position. That was Rap City.
Yeah.
You had to deal with a lot of rappers.
Yeah.
Are them niggas out of control? Are they kind of hard to work with? Who's the easiest one to work with? What rapper came through? You like, man, damn, you on time and you doing what you supposed to do?
It was actually Heavy D. And that was Heavy D and the boys.
Right.
Remember one of them fell off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
He was there,
Wow.
and Heavy D was just so cool.
Yeah.
Nobody had a problem with Dwight. He was the nicest.
Right.
The very first guest I ever did, and I was just so shocked to be in the presence of a celebrity, was Biz Markie.
Wow.
And they would bring CDs, a box full of CDs, and give them away. Hey, that was my first CD. Was Biz Markie.
Really?
And you couldn't tell me I hadn't made it a free CD.
Right, sure. Okay, that's funny. You know what's funny? I've done shows sometimes and you throw out shit in the audience, like shirts, and people try to kill each other on that stuff. Like, it's free, it ain't nothing. It don't have the picture of the artist on it. Just plain old, just say Heavy D on it. Oh, man, people will go crazy for some free shit.
Yes, I was one of them.
Wow. So I can imagine being a female having a Wrangler. I'm going to tell you something. Shout out to DMX. I was at a play. BET had a show. It was kind of like Jeopardy. They were trying to do. I think it was like Jeopardy. They were trying to do like a Jeopardy show. Oh no, when everybody stayed in the no, wasn't that? It was like a Jeopardy, and they had they did it in DC. I forgot. I think around 2000. It's in my book. Mm-hmm. And DMX was one of the guests. And what's his name? Redman, Method Man were in. Mm-hmm. We keep 100. So we were hanging out before they came in. And the guests the audience had to be outside. So DMX, I'm in the green room and all that kind of stuff, and DMX was coming in, and they had to get them in, and then let the audience come in to watch the show. And he come in with pit bulls. First of all, they come into the studio with 2 pit bulls. Like, nigga, really, nigga? The fuck? All they need is a fur collar. They're lions and shit. He had his whole entourage in there, right? So he come on in, come on. And I don't know the guy that well. Come on. So they got into the room, and as soon as he got in the room, because he saw the people waiting and shit, he turned around and was like, you got somebody out there gonna suck my dick? I said, oh, okay, it's time for me to leave, nigga. I mean, I want my dick sucked, dude, but I can't be, I ain't put my dick out for no pit bull. Pit bulls like sausages, you know what I'm saying? I want the wrong bite. I was like, hell to the no, motherfucker. But I was like, that's how we doing it? Like, okay, get the dick sucked. Okay, that's what we gonna do then. That's what we gonna do, Max. And I remember Method Man and Redman, Russell Simmons gave him a lot of free clothes from Fat Farm. And we do a thing called Jonin, you know how we do. So we're in the back, Jonin at first, like da-da-da. But about to start the Jonin. And they had all these jeans and jackets and coats and boots and new Timberlands and shit. And I had a little Averix jacket that was about, maybe 6 months to a year old. I had my Timberlands, had a little scuff on them, a little something. And you know how hard it is to joan on somebody who got all new shit on and you ain't got all new shit on? Like, look at those new ass Timberlands you got on, expensive ass jackets you got.
No scuffs.
I know. They were wearing me out and shit. I was like, they were like, fuck that old ass Averix jacket. I was like, it got a little dirt around the wristband, around the wrist and shit. I felt like I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. I had to go to their face. You bumpy face, hair bump face ass nigga. Them teeth, motherfucker, fuck. I had to do anything, man. So it was fun, man. BET life, man. That was. I know you probably had a great time, man, working over there.
I didn't realize how spoiled I was growing up in PG County, going to work for BET. I never experienced racism.
What?
because everybody was black.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. Right.
So then, but when I got to LA and started experiencing, I was like, hey, what is this?
And you went right after college, went pretty much after college to LA?
Yeah, after college, I worked at BET again for the last time, and then I moved to LA.
Okay.
But I always wanted to be in entertainment. When I was 5, my mother was finishing up her degree at Howard University, so she put me in Howard University's Children's Theater. Mm-hmm. So back then, you would I was 5 on a bus going to New York to do off-Broadway plays like Peach Boy. You wouldn't put no 5-year-old on the bus now.
Today, you know.
But, back then, I had a lot of experiences with that, and I thought that's what I wanted to do, especially when I saw D on What's Happening. Mm-hmm. But then once I saw Living Single, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to create sitcoms.
That's what I say. Yeah, you went to LA. Your mind's always been creating, not just performing, but creating. That's how I am too. But that's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Do you remember any of those sitcom ideas you had? Like one of them, a sitcom idea back in the days you thought about doing? Or?
Well, let me see. I wanted to do 3 generations of the gold. Like I wanted to do a Black Golden Girl, but with 3 generations living under the same roof.
Nice.
And it was basically about me moving back home.
Right.
With my mother and my grandmother. I go to move back with my mother. She'd already moved back in with her mama.
That's dope.
So it was supposed to be 3 generations of us, and it was like a Black Golden Girls.
Okay.
That was one I wanted to do.
Wow. Now you did a lot. So much movement around there that Essence even gave you a little thing of one to watch to pay attention to.
Yeah, that was that was in 2004. Yeah, because I was doing audience warm up at the time.
Right.
So I did the Parkers, I did Girlfriends, I did Wanda Sykes had a Wanda at Large. I did one episode of that, and so it was based off that, doing stand up and audience warm up.
Right.
Because it was very few black and definitely black and female audience warm ups.
Right. Now being in LA. Like I went out, it was rough. I was sleeping on blow up mattresses. I always think men go through the hardest struggles. They go homeless damn near. But women, as long as y'all got that vagina, you got a place to stay and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to serve that dick up to try to get some new shit and shit, some dinners and shit. So what did you go like when you first went out there? What was the struggle?
Yeah,
what was
I had no struggle.
Ain't that about a blimp? You ain't had to see. That's what I'm talking about. When y'all got that, say, come on in, girl. Shit, okay?
Women, we're pre-planners. So,
there you go.
What I did was I called a friend of mine that I met in college, and she was working on Tempest Bledsoe in New York City.
The talk show she had?
The talk show.
Okay.
And so I said, why don't we go and we'll room in L.A. So I called my friend Delius. He had just hit it big. He went to Maryland College Park. They called him Little Luther Vandross because he was singing in the choir and he sounded like Luther. He went to L.A., hit it big first, because he got in the Grammy Award-winning group All for One. I can't love you like that. So I called Delius, and he was moving into his first house. He bought a beautiful house in Sherman Oaks. He was leaving his apartment complex, and he said the 2 people who managed the complex love him, get an apartment through them.
Okay.
So he gives me the phone number. The lady, she took our stuff through fax machines and Vicky's stuff. We got approved. She said, I'll have your keys for you when you arrive.
Wow.
So we just put our stuff in a U-Haul, drove, got our keys once we arrived. 2-bedroom, two full bathrooms, so we didn't have to share anything. $725.
Man, let me turn off these stuff right here.
$725. So my part was 3 something. You know,
That was in 2004?
That was no, that was
or
98.
18-4?
98.
1898.
1898. And I lucked up because we both came with resumes. I got a job within the first, I'd say less than a month.
Wow.
I got a job working on Magic Johnson's late night talk show, sending my resume through the fax machine over at Paramount.
Beautiful. You know, he wanted to manage me one time. His crew. Yeah, because he was in a management into art. He's
Yes,
one time.
yeah.
Yeah,
And when that man is consistently wonderful.
Oh, good.
Right. He's always smiling. Like,
Yep.
I don't know if he's ever had a bad day.
Yeah, well, when he got the result and shit, you know, but no, I'm saying, but you know what? I would say this: he's actually kind of a bad example in the black neighborhood of catching HIV, because niggas think they gonna get that and be rich and live good.
Yeah, yeah. But
You know,
they need to have a talent first.
Right. It ain't that you don't get it and then think you're gonna keep living good like that. Everybody ain't got that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that Magic Johnson. You don't HIV. No, you don't. No. But shout out to Magic. You know, he showed you can live with it and go through it and keep doing his stuff, man.
He's
so it's
a
big,
billionaire now.
yeah,
Boy,
beautiful.
the Commanders, I think that put him over the top.
Yeah, really, we're beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, speaking about being in LA, strike happened just recently ended.
Yeah.
You are in the DGA, the Directors Guild, and you in SAG, Screen Actors Guild. With that being said, some people don't know. Some people feel like actors are bitching about, they make enough money and they don't know. So, for the layman's term, what were they trying to get and what did they get?
Well, the main thing that was holding everything down was AI. Because people don't want you to be able to use my voice, my likeness, and not pay me, or replace background with fake images, and that there's no such thing as background actors. It's really to protect so many of the little things, and plus a lot of stuff hadn't improved in forever. Residuals, they needed to be higher. All the salaries has stagnated, and then streaming came along, and you were getting pennies on the dollar with streaming, because you got to remember, if we did the Parkers, and then the Parkers got sold to Germany, that's another check. It got sold to Sweden, that's another check. Streaming is automatically global.
Right.
So you don't get those foreign royalties.
Right, sure.
So I mean, you used to be able to do well with your royalties, and now with your residuals, now there are no residuals. You get a check for $11.
Right. I've
I've
got a couple of them. I'm too embarrassed to take them to the bank. And $11, how about 11 cents? I was like, y'all take time to even put it on a check. The paperwork more than the damn 7 cents you be giving me.
So that's what they're trying to do. Plus, you have to make, I think, $26,000 or $27,000 in order to have insurance. Now, what I don't agree with is I feel like if you made a certain dollar amount, you should be insured for life. They should have some type of insurance for life. Because what tripped me out was hearing what happened to Sharon Stone. You can be like $100 short and lose your insurance. Sharon Stone, the woman from Basic Instinct, who showed her whole vagina to the world. They dropped her insurance, and she was just a couple $100 short and had breast cancer.
They dirty.
Now, if you can do that to a blonde white woman with blue eyes, I ain't got nothing coming.
I know that's right.
So I'm like, no, Sharon should have been in there. She should have been grandfathered in for life, just off Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
So that's what I would want the union to do, is say, when you get to a certain dollar amount, you ain't got to worry about losing your coverage.
Right.
Because that'll kill you right there.
Especially men too, but especially women. Y'all need to have that insurance.
Oh man, we got to have it. We got to have it. And so those are the types of things that I would have liked to see addressed. And then so now we have to vote. Vote on whether or not we want to go along with what they've gotten, which is a little bit more money for everything. They've got more money for everything. They got what they asked for AI. The deal is for 3 years. But my thing is, when they tell me who loves the deal.
Right.
So they're like, Brad Pitt loves this deal. Who they say, Meryl Streep loves it. No, I want to hear about Greg Johnson and Watts.
Right.
Does he love this deal? Because the 1% gonna be all right.
Right.
And some of this stuff is when you get to a certain dollar amount, this kicks in.
Right.
But that don't help the little person.
Right.
So I gotta read this thing with a fine-tooth comb to see if I'm voting yes or no.
Nice. Okay. Well, you have done some things. You directed some stuff like television or some segment parts, like you did Dr. Phil.
Mm-hmm. That's the show that got me into the DGA.
That show did? Wow. I'm not going to ask you about him, but he seemed like a kind of a little douchey. I don't know. It's. Do you know what the formula is for a successful host of a daytime show? It's just a certain type of people. I thought you can't be too pretty. And I'm gonna tell you why I think that.
Mhm.
If you're too pretty, the people who sit home and watch that aren't really the prettiest people.
They can't relate
They're
to
housewives and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you got to look average,
Yeah.
receding hairline, heavy, thick glasses, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like that because
Yeah.
when you put somebody like look a little too nice.
Yeah.
I remember Rolando Watts didn't last. Who else?
Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks didn't last. Bledsoe, there's some people that were really nice looking people that were like, no. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it just seems like a certain type, survives? Ricky Lake, she made it for a long time.
Yeah, I think you're onto something with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're onto something with that. The average housewife don't want to be made to feel bad.
Exactly.
By looking at you. So
what
I
I'm
can
saying?
see that. I can see that. Well, Dr. Phil and a few others came from the Oprah springboard.
Right, I got that.
So
Right,
they got to
right.
take her audience and move it right over.
But they also had to look a certain way. If
Yeah.
it had been a Brad Pitt looking, well, women, I don't know how women, but I think people just got to feel like he looks like who I could talk to. If you're too handsome or something, they don't think you know what the hell, or too sexy, they don't think you really know what you know.
Yeah.
That can kind of work more in late night.
Yeah.
Because late night you're home fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't really care.
You want to look over your shoulder and think, oh, I'm banging in here.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
But also
during the
people like
daytime.
mean people too.
Yeah.
We Dr. Phil comes across as mean and
Yeah.
authoritative. Judge Judy.
Yeah.
And she like a troll under a
Under-
bridge, and she tearing people out the frame.
My aunt love her.
Oh yeah, they love it. Judge Judy, sit down, shut up.
What's
she
up with
don't
black
let
guy?
you
The
talk.
black guy, too. Not both of them judges ain't shit.
Yeah,
Matic,
they tear you up. Judge Joe was actually my favorite because he gets so sick and tired. He spin his whole chair around. You looking at his back.
Right.
He talking with and all you see is this man the back of his chair. But you got to be authoritative. And yeah,
a little mean.
And a
Because
little mean.
I'll tell you who didn't last. I don't think they have. I haven't seen them. My aunt used to always watch them recently. The husband and wife, a little heavy set. They were judges. They were in the same show together.
Oh,
Black. They were black. Husband and wife. They were nice,
Yeah,
they're a little too nice.
You're too nice. No, you got to be mean. But we see that in the comedy club. If somebody's heckling you and you tear them up, the audience, roo, they standing up clapping. We love mean stuff. We love it when you tear somebody out the frame, and you see that with how you handle hecklers.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think she's nice. You may tell me, and she didn't last long. Sharon Osbourne, and you worked on her show. You helped produce one segment on her.
Yeah,
she's like a nice, seems like pretty much nice lady.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she ain't last.
She didn't. Her show didn't.
She had enough venom in it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be. Yeah, you gotta be mean.
And here's speaking of mean, you had to be a producer. You produced a whole litany of shows.
Wendy
I can't
Williams,
go.
mean.
Of course. Woo-wee.
Yeah.
And God don't like ugly. He get you when you're in a Statue of Liberty outfit. You're like, shit, okay, that's what we're gonna do, man. Okay, we're gonna rock your world. How's she gonna talk about bodies? Have you seen her get out when she got out the ocean that time with that two piece? She's like a Pez dispenser. Come on, man. I was like, ooh, doggy. That was a little too much for me.
But I'm like, do these people not have mirrors? When you put that two-piece on in the mirror, she look like some melted gorgonzola cheese.
I thought she had a waist chain belt. That was a cesarean section cut, or weight loss cut. That shit went around her whole. I thought she was hula hooping with a goddamn with stitches and shit. I was like, "What, man? You got your nerve to talk? You gotta be nice. If you want to look all that, you gotta be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't look all like that.
Or cover up.
What? I thought she had a beaded stitches around her. Like the hell. All right, so I'm gonna name some shows that you did. And you tell me what you felt about the show and how you did, because you did a lot of shows. But I'm only gonna take a couple of them. You did T.I. and Tiny's Family Hustle. My homegirl loved that show.
Yeah.
Was that a fun show to work on?
Well, I was in post-production with that one, so I wasn't out in the field.
Okay.
But it was interesting because it was a lot of young white guys working on that show, making a ton of money off T.I. and Tiny. And back in that production office, they were so racist.
Really?
They was saying all kinds of stuff about T.I. Tiny, Shekinah. They was talking about her like a dog. Then they were talking about, they was like, look at how they name their kids. Their one son's name is Damani. I said, his name is not Damani, it's Damani.
Right.
I said, you're mispronouncing it.
Purposely.
Because you want to have something negative to say about people who make more than you.
Ooh.
And who you're working for.
Ooh.
But see, that's arrogance, though. Anytime you can come to work and basically crap on your bosses just because they're African American,
right?
I've seen some crazy stuff in this industry, and I wanted to tell Tiny and T.I. So if y'all watching, they was getting y'all.
Damn. Okay. Let's go with you worked on Monique's Fat Chance 3 or a couple of
Yeah, three.
three.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that show. But
Yeah, it was a plus size beauty pageant on Oxygen.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it was. Let me tell you, this is what I want to say about that, about Monique too. When I got to LA, you would hear a whole bunch of stories about different people.
Right.
And Queen Latifah first. She
Okay.
got the Queen Latifah show.
Mm-hmm.
I was told how wonderful Queen Latifah is. She would go into meetings and say, if my name is going to be on this show, I have to have African Americans working on this
I know
show
that's right.
in the high level positions, not the PAs.
Right.
I want producers, supervising producers, senior
Go
producers.
ahead, Queen Latifah.
And Queen Latifah said that, and Queen Latifah got it.
that.
If you look behind the scenes, she had a lot of black women working in the higher positions.
Good stuff.
But if you don't verbalize that, you're going to look around and see nobody that looks like you. Monique did the same thing on Auction. I must see black people working on this show in the high-ranking position. I got a phone call because of that, and that's how I got to be on the show.
Okay.
She would have looked around Oxygen. Monique would have been the only person working on that production that looked like her if she had not verbalized it.
Right. Right.
So, so it's
out
a
to
lot of
Monique.
good people out here verbalizing things that have put money in our pockets. And I love black people who say things that help the community and help us get work. Because I've experienced a lot of black men who have taken money from me and taken money out of my pocket. But you know, that's why I'm like, as a community, we've got to do better. And
Right.
the women have been doing it.
Good. Yeah, shut my man. Women have held men up for
Women
centuries.
save democracy.
Yeah. You never lie about that. All right, you also worked on I Married a Baller. That was husband and wife. What
Yeah, that was Taj and Eddie George.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
them. I
Yeah.
like Eddie George.
They are such good people.
Good.
Such good people. Eddie George has a chef that comes to the house and makes all this super healthy food.
Nice.
It was I mean, no taste, no salt, no. I mean, if
No
you
taste.
eat like he got like at the time had like 3% body fat. I was like, and you earned that because I'm on my way to Burger King. You should have saw me and Taj leaving. We would look at the food and be gone.
Right.
Like it was too healthy. Like there's a certain thing that's too healthy.
Sure.
And that's how Eddie
like
ate.
on this.
I was like, oh no, heck no. But both a beautiful couple.
Good. You worked on DMX's. Didn't he have a show? DMX.
Yeah, it was
Rest in
called.
peace.
Yeah, it was
Man of a
DMX,
Soul. Soul of a Man.
on BET.
Right.
Yeah, I did DMX and Little Kim's reality shows at the same time.
Well, did he bring a pit bull into the set on the set with you?
No, he didn't bring a pit
All
bull,
right.
but DMX was DMX.
DMX, yeah. No matter where he went, he was gonna do what he gonna
he
do.
was gonna do him.
I think that's what made people like him so much too. But that can burn out, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, people ha ha he, you know what? Especially white folks in Hollywood, they ha ha he while you making that money for them and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll take the stuff.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's a crack in the armor of your career and it start to go down,
Yeah.
they will hightail it. They will not have your back for and I know that I've seen that before. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
So, you know, while he was up, cool, but when them drugs started really getting on to him and it started, you know, shifting and stuff, where were all the people that were, you know, letting him get away with
Making
stuff?
money off you.
Yeah, without a doubt. It was like,
Yeah, I call them transactional friendships.
I love it. I like
you know,
that.
when the transactions are
Right.
over, your phone call going straight to voicemail.
Right.
Because they done
real
blocked you.
Damn. I know that's right. All right. You did Little Kim's countdown to
lockdown.
The lockdown.
Yeah.
Man. What we find anything to do, don't we?
Yeah.
What the hell? Really? That's a show?
Yeah.
Countdown to lockdown?
Yeah. I think it was like her last 14 days
Right,
before she went to jail or something. And we would do each day, 13 days left, 12 days left, 11 days left. And yeah, we went all the way with her into prison. Yeah.
Did you do count up to lock out? I said, damn that after that. The transaction was over.
Yeah, it was the transaction had ended. The checks are cleared.
How was I've been a fan of hers, man. I personally, you know, it hurts me a little bit to see her at times, you know, a lot of, and I feel like women sometimes in Hollywood feel like they have to go that route of under the knife and cut, you know, maybe all women do, but it hurts a little different when a sister does it. You know what I'm saying?
Especially sisters that were beautiful. Like, I understand going and getting your teeth done. Just that alone changes a lot. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do nothing else.
Right.
You know, and Little Kim was a beautiful person the way she already was naturally.
Exactly. A lot of people are hurt by that.
Yeah.
I be wondering sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Is she okay with how she looks? Do you? Because I heard Dolly Parton recently. She was doing an interview, and she's good friends with Kenny Rogers. Rest in peace. And she said, Kenny Rogers got facelift, and it didn't look well at all.
No.
And she said he felt that he knew it didn't do well.
Yeah.
He didn't like what he saw.
Yeah.
But you got to still go out and perform.
Yeah.
And he went to one of the best doctors too. But he didn't like it. That was kind of interesting to hear someone, because most people are like, I'm fine. Nothing wrong with my face. I look like the woman looked like a lion. Remember that Married a Billionaire? Shit like a goddamn lion and stuff.
Yeah.
Is it just a societal pressures on women?
Yeah, but
Or
I'm
beyond
surprised
Hollywood?
why men do it. Men, y'all the group that don't have to do it. Y'all are
Yeah.
allowed to age gracefully.
Well, that's okay.
You know, I don't. Kenny didn't need to do all that. I don't know why his voice alone, his lyrics alone were enough.
Right.
Nobody was like, you too ugly for me to listen
Right.
to the Gambler. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like,
sure.
we loved Kenny the way he was, so that's internal. So I think what a lot of people are dealing with are internal. But this is the thing. You have to understand, if I think about women in the industry, in music, since we're talking about Little Kim, and I think about how many of them didn't go under the knife, only one person I can think of, and that's Whitney Houston. Whitney got breast implants, and
Right.
she told you about later in life. Whitney didn't touch her nose. She didn't touch nothing. Probably because she didn't have to.
Right,
but
right.
everybody else has done something.
But no, throw her in there too. She did something. Don't act
You
like
mean the breast implant?
That's something.
Yeah, but I mean to your face.
Yeah, but
You know
still,
what I'm saying?
why do anything? Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I agree with the teeth sometimes. I mean,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
Shit's crooked and toe up or whatever and
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah.
the smile's important.
Yeah.
But like you said,
But now you got to compete because this A-lister just got a nose job. I got to
no.
go get mine done. So, but I'm a firm believer, don't even start it, because now you get your nose done, now your ears too big. You get your ears done, now your chin too long. You get your chin done, now your eyes too droopy. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, it's going to
right.
mess up the symmetry of your face, and you're going to keep going back.
right. And I think it's okay if you get it when we don't know it.
Right.
Like, I didn't realize this. What's her name? But it's breast. Kelly Rowland's got a breast job, but it fits her.
Mm-hmm.
She
ain't going
it
to get
fits
no
her.
double D's. Yeah.
Right. It
Yeah.
ain't something ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
ain't something
So,
ridiculous.
but
Yeah.
I just feel I feel the pain for women who go, anybody who goes extra to get like really where you notice it as soon as you see, like, whoa, what happened? Like, damn, the society got you to that point that you feel like that.
But those are the pitfalls of the entertainment industry. I was telling a friend the other day, Michael Jackson would still be alive if he worked at the post office.
I call it rich people's problems.
Yeah.
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 No disrespect. I hope people don't take it like this, but Aaliyah too.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for her, now I don't blame her, but that guy who's the flight whatever, the pilot, putting that extra weight, which was more luggage,
And being
had
high on
been me and
cocaine.
you asking to do that.
Oh.
He'd be like, no, you ain't putting that extra thing on. They were all
Yeah,
like,
he'd
come
have
on, one
cussed
more
us
thing.
out.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So sometimes when you're rich, you get to do stuff. You get away with stuff.
But
that you don't
Kobe
want.
Bryant, that
Yeah,
day
yeah,
that Kobe's plane went down, everybody else was grounded. LAPD's helicopters couldn't go up. Nobody else could go up. Kobe and his family walked through the private plane section of all these people sitting there.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, we've been grounded. And Kobe was like, peace.
Right.
And I'm like, I'd have been like, y'all grounded? Well, we grounded.
Right, where we
You know what I'm
grounded.
saying? But his pilot was like, I want to keep this contract, and took them up in the air on a day where everybody else was grounded.
Right.
That's
right.
like you said, if he had worked at the post office, this wouldn't have happened.
That wouldn't happen. I believe that. Speaking about black Hollywood, do you think there's a certain type that Hollywood wants from a black woman?
Certain type. Well,
Yeah.
back in the day, it used to be beautiful, elegant Lena Horne, Dinah Washington, Eartha Kitt, real classy black women. Now, I believe it's just like the more ratchet, the better. And I think that they will try to say, well, that's what y'all want. So, that's how they'll try to justify it.
And it's so funny. They'll say that because they'll say, like, we see the numbers that people view stuff. And I say this much. You stop putting that out there and put a different narrative,
Yeah.
you can change people's opinion. Because look at hip-hop. It went from, conscious in the street. In the late 80s, it was consciousness, black power, you know what I'm saying? African Bambaataa, all that kind of NWA. Then it got to the shiny suit level with Puffy and them. It changes because if you stop pushing that stuff out there, then pretty soon, like now, people don't even listen to conscious rap anymore. You know what I'm saying? Not in a way. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's up to you now. It's become more bling bling, back to bling bling, and mumble, whatever it is. God bless them.
But we want to hear it. We're just not giving it.
Right, exactly. We're not being It's not being elevated. If you elevate something, you could change the narrative of anything.
Because we're not the powers that be. If we controlled more, we can control our image more.
Right.
You know, and that's what Bill Cosby always talked about. He always talked about imagery is so important. That's why he did the Cosby Show, was because he wanted to show a certain image of us. And with that, it became, you know, the different world came after that, and black HBCU enrollment shot up. These things matter. You think enrollment not gonna shoot up for something positive, and stuff ain't gonna go down for degeneracy?
Right, sure.
It's the same thing.
Sure. No, you're right. I remember that the enrollment was there because it was crazy in the '80s when Cosby was out there in different world, right? It was crazy. But you know, but we have to also demand it too, you know, and not support the ignorance of it, you know, and say we're not going to support this all the time. When we support it, we support it. That's unfortunately what it is. It's funny you were talking about how people perceive stuff. You're a stand-up comic, female stand-up comic. I know how hard it is. I don't know exactly because I'm not a woman, but I've seen how women get treated in stand-up comedy. Yeah. I definitely don't agree with it. I used to do a show for about 4 or 5 years in Arizona. It was called Pierre's All Stars, about a 2,500 seat venue. We do it about 4 times a year. And I demanded, there's always 4 comics and me as the host. Shout out to those in Phoenix, Arizona. Used to come to the shows all the time. And every show, you'll know, I had a female comic. I demanded. I said, we gotta hire a female comic. There's too many funny female comics that don't get a chance to be seen. So every time I do that, but it's a boys' club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is a boys' club, and to break into that is ridiculously hard to do that, especially being a black woman. Mm-hmm. I feel like they like to see black women at a certain level of type of, big woman talking shit, mama, that kind of stuff. They like to laugh at that, and I think they laugh at us more than laughing with us. Yeah. Then you just working on the circuit. Mm-hmm. How was it working on the circuit, being a black female comic?
I mean, it's been an uphill battle. The funny thing about it for me is I had to close my own shows just to work. Because I wasn't getting hired to MC. I wasn't getting hired to feature. And it was always some stuff when I did. I got hired. I had moved back from LA to DC, and I got hired to open for Aries Spears. And all I was the MC.
Okay.
People
cool.
usually don't trip about who the MC is.
Right,
Headliners
right.
don't usually trip because there's a feature coming up.
Right.
So this was a very unique circumstance. So remember our boy Joe Recker?
Of course. Shout out to
Joe Recker, man. Yeah. We used to talk, if not every day, every other day. I still quote some things that Joe said. But I told Joe, I said, I just been hired to MC for Aries Spears. Immediately, Joe said, oh, you're not going to be able to do that.
What
and I said, what do you mean? Yeah. He was like, oh, Aries will never let you MC for him. And I said, what are you talking about, Joe? It's an MC spot. And Aries says he's the baddest in the game, and he's a male.
Right.
So I know this man is not tripping about a little lowly MC.
Right.
I said, you're wrong, Joe. Joe said, no, he had me taken off of a college show. I lost several $1,000s because he said he had to be the only black act.
Now, I have heard that before. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, that's different. I said, that's messed up.
Right.
But that's different. That ain't going to happen to me. This is ridiculous. I'm just MCing. I'm in my hometown. And I was and this was about 3 months before the show. I had the dates. It was a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I called the club.
Okay.
And I said, let me just, because if I can't do it, I want to put something else in that spot.
Okay.
So I called the club and I said, I just had a very interesting conversation. It was told that Aries Spears would not let me work on his lineup because I'm African American. Is this so? The booker was like, oh, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Oh, absolutely not. You're fine. Right. And so I called Joe back. I said, the booker just told me I'm fine.
Right.
So I'm moving on because I'm not going to try to put something else in these days. I'm going to move on. She controls this. She says I'm fine. And I directly spoke to her.
Right.
So now it's the week of the shows.
Uh-huh.
I get a email, which I'm like, you might have wanted to call because you putting this in writing. Right. But I get an email. The subject line says, I'm so sorry to have to say this, ...
But who's it from?
From the booker.
Oh, okay.
And it's like 11 a.m. before I'm checking my email. This is so I and I already knew. I said when I click on this thing, this is the week of. I click on this thing and it says everything. You know, Aries demanded that we remove you because you're African American.
God
And
damn.
I've never heard of a case like this. This is foreign to me. I didn't even know anybody would make a request like that. And I'm so sorry, but we're gonna have to take your week.
Wow.
And I mean, you
The
know
fuck?
when you need your
The money, yes. We all need our money.
you know, this was one of them weeks where I really needed it. So I'm in a state of shock, and I was like, but so now first I'm sitting, and then I hit reply,
Right.
and I said, I was like, first of all, I asked you 3 months ago if my race was gonna be a problem for me working this week, and you assured me that it would not be.
But she didn't know.
Right. I said, and so then I'm like, okay, I gotta say some stuff, but I don't want to say it in a way that they never book me again at this club. So I said, I'm from here. I said, I will get News Channel 8,
Ooh.
CBS, and Fox to come get him. I put it on him.
Right.
I said, I will do a story about the fact that he just did something illegal. You cannot discriminate on the basis of race, just like you can't discriminate on the basis of gender.
Right.
I said, so what he's doing is illegal. I said, so I'll go out wide with the news media. We'll be in front of the club. I said, or better yet, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my socks and shoes, and I'm going to head down there. Just pay me for my week and take it out of his check since he's making demands like that. I said, I'll be there in an hour. And I hit send. I put on my socks and shoes.
No, you didn't.
Drove from Temple Hills to Northwest DC. And my check was handed to me when I arrived.
Beautiful.
And it was like a Sun Trust Bank or something, which was right across the street from the club.
Right.
I went right across the street and cashed it directly and went home. And I didn't get to work at all that weekend. And I was so angry. Even though I got paid, I was still
I
so
get that.
angry.
I get that. That's not, yeah.
You know, because I'm like, I've never met this man. I've never done anything to this man. Why would you, even if I didn't want you on, I'm like, but it's the week of, so I'm going to go ahead and let her stay. She can't replace this money.
Yeah.
But it's happened to me a few times, and it never feels any better.
Really? But you're a female, so I don't know what that would make a difference with Aries. Come on, Aries. I mean, it just can't be somebody black. I mean, that's what they doing out here. You making that up? That's what
they've been allowed to do. You know, I just don't understand. I don't understand. This is an MC.
Right.
This is an MC that obviously the club was paying because they picked me.
Damn.
Now, if you were paying, you'd have picked your own.
Right, sure.
So now you've jumped in on something you're not even paying for and took money. So I've had that happen with him. I've had that happen with TK Kirkland.
Oh, TK Kirkland.
Yeah, man. That was the
Ain't he
TK,
the underground king of comedy?
The underground king of comedy. The
Come
TK
on,
Kirkland.
TK.
This was the difference in Aries and the TK situation. Me and Aries would have been working together in the same lineup in the same room. TK and I weren't even in the same room. We were in the same club, but we were in two separate rooms.
Oh, like, because some kind of clubs have two rooms.
Right. So it has a main room or what they call the cellar. So he was in the main room. I was in the cellar.
Was that here?
Yes.
I think I know where it's at, yeah.
Yeah, and this was so bad because I had friends coming from college from 4 different states. They had already booked their hotel rooms, paid for their tickets. Well, we were doing a little reunion of sorts.
Right.
And tickets had already been sold, and I'm supposed to start that Friday. I done paid for promotion.
Right, sure.
I got some TV shows I'm doing, and I get a call. At least I got a call this time that said, they didn't tell me why. We're taking your shows.
Hold on. Now, from what I remember, this club, it's an upstairs, downstairs situation, right?
Right.
Upstairs holds about maybe 180, 190, 190 people. Downstairs is a cozy little 65 room. So it's a smaller room downstairs.
Yes.
The big room is upstairs.
Yes.
All right, so go on.
And I was
He's
looking
in the
forward
big.
to
He's
doing
in the
the
big
small
room.
Yeah.
And you're in the smaller room.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that smaller room because I was gonna sell that out. You know,
Of course.
It's only 60-something, 60
Right.
seats, so that's 180 people over 3 shows. And I was gonna do promotion, so it wasn't gonna be any seats left because I'm from the area.
Right. I know. Right.
So, so that was a done data, but he was doing the big room, and so when I get the call and I'm told that I can't do my shows. And I said, well, who did you put in that room? Because that's the only thing that would make sense. I thought somebody bigger had arrived.
Right.
And they were going to replace me with somebody bigger at the
Right.
last minute.
Okay.
And silence. I never got an answer to that. And so, and I'm like, but you're taking my shows. I said, I don't live here. I flew in from LA. That's a
Right.
round trip ticket.
Right.
All kinds of stuff. So, well, I'm sorry. Can't, yeah, I'm just going to have to, can't, yeah, maybe we can reschedule you and, do a different deal and all this stuff. And I'm just stunned.
Right. This is the club owner telling you this.
Yeah, no, the booker.
The booker telling you.
Yes, I'm just stunned. So
This is, you working on Friday. This is Monday.
Monday
of the week of
they
the Friday.
have to refund tickets. So and so I look on the website and there's nobody there.
Okay, upstairs.
Nobody downstairs.
Downstairs. Right, it was your night though. That's
yeah,
because you.
I'm thinking, let me see who they
Right.
gave this to.
Who they gave it to.
Nobody. So now I'm confused. Then I remember that 2 other people I knew had a similar situation and that they had been removed by T.K. Kirkland.
Oh, hell no.
2 other black comics. So I called them and they like, yeah, the same thing happened to me, blah, 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 blah. So I end up getting a chance to talk to T.K. Kirkland.
Okay.
And I'm thinking T.K. gonna say, I didn't have nothing to do with that.
Right. Well,
Which a lot of people do in a situation like that because they feel like
no,
you
he'll keep
can't
it
prove
100,
it.
but go ahead. But
But he admitted it. He said, yes. He said, I did have you removed. He said, but I told them 7 weeks to 2 months ago. He said, I told them that just like the other 2 times, I don't want any urban, we on the phone.
Right.
I don't want any urban acts when I'm upstairs. I don't want any urban acts now. I said, if by urban you mean black.
Right.
I said, that's the only similarity between you and I.
Right.
I'm a woman, you're a man. We don't have any
Anything
jokes similar. People that
Not
like
even-
you probably don't like me and vice versa.
Right.
I said, but my little 180 people don't affect you at all.
Right.
And so then he goes on to say, well, I told them this almost 2 months ago. They were supposed to tell you 2 months ago. They took you down off the website 2 months ago. Then I remembered my shows did vanish off the website 2 months
wow.
ago.
Okay.
So he was telling the truth. So, and I'm like, well, why didn't they just tell me
Right.
7 weeks to 2 months ago? And then I could have possibly put something else in that weekend.
Sure.
So I said, but I don't understand why you felt the need to remove me being the 3rd black act when you're upstairs. He said, because I'm trying to make $40,000 this weekend. He said, so the only way I can do that is because if I'm selling out and people get turned away, I can get shows added. He said, but if they get turned away and they go downstairs, I don't get a cut of that. He says,
hold on. He wouldn't. No, that's not how it worked. That's not how it worked, nigga. No, that's not how it worked. The people walking up say you can't come in. It's sold out. They're not going to add another show right then and there and say y'all wait another 2 hours and we're gonna put a whole new show down. It's not enough people. You got to have 200 people at the door talking about we trying to get in, and it's sold out. And they say yeah, but a couple people. Come on, that's bogus. I call cap.
Well,
but
he said that he called down to the booker and the owner and said, if you're going to work her, I need a percentage of the food in the bar from the people that come from me and go downstairs. I need to benefit from that. And he said, because I pay for all my own promotions. They don't put a dime in. So because I pay for my promotions, he feels like he should be able to call some shots. Now,
They promote it. I was just there. And I had a black girl on the bottom, Sylvia Traymore, shout out to her. I let her perform downstairs. In fact, I went down there to watch her show, to even support her. Me and her are 2 different. She's an older vet sister, great comedian. That ain't gonna bother me. And I'm not gonna take no food out of nobody's money. I'm out their mouth. Not like that. No, I'm not doing that. Especially a woman, a black woman too.
Well,
TK, that's cap, bro.
Well,
that
I
ain't
said
even cool.
to him, I said,
don't
well, I
give a
just
fuck.
want to.
That's not cool.
I told him, I never got a chance to confront Aries Spears or talk to him about what he had done to me. And to this day, because of that, I feel like it still has affected me. I said, so I'm glad I get a chance to speak with you. I said, but I want you to know, you just took money from me, a black person. You took money from my black feature, my black MC, and the black wait staff. I said, so if that's how you want to conduct your business and live your life, taking money from us. Oh, this is another thing he said. He said, I told them if they're going to put people downstairs while I'm upstairs, they got to be white, Hispanic, or Asian.
Damn.
This is completely illegal. What you are saying is 100% illegal. You are risking a club that could be under lawsuit because you cannot discriminate on the basis of race. But because you own nothing, you know nothing. You cannot discriminate. And I wish I would let TK Kirkland put my business in peril.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I could understand if TK said he don't want anybody like him, like an urban hardcore.
Yeah, like I don't want Corey Holcomb in the same room.
I get that.
Black men tearing people out the frame.
But a female and you ain't the same.
That does nothing.
And he might don't give a fuck, man. You know, it's funny. He was the one that was saying like he wanted a woman to have $25,000 in an account. A woman had to have some money in the account to fuck with him, or if you want to date, you better have $25,000 in your account at least. That's what he was going around telling me. How girl gonna get $25,000 if you taking money out of their ass? You know, they fucking. She could have $25,000 in her account.
Yeah.
And TK's a vet. He knows how he's been discriminated against, and how he's been blackballed, and how he's been put off shows.
Yeah.
What hurt people hurt people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't approve of that. He can call me all you want. I don't give a damn.
And what I
that ain't
realized
cool, man.
too is when people are
any comic that does that, do not take a female comic, especially a black one. If the comic is just like you, I get it.
It's the holidays. We buying for Thanksgiving. We buying for Christmas. Mm-hmm. You just snatched everything. But my thing is, this is the thing. When you allow people to flex one time, they keep abusing the flex. So because he got away with that with person one and then person two, now he can get away with that with me. He going to do it again for the next time. That's why you have to tell people out the gate, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to allow this. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to work here, that's fine with us. Mm-hmm. And he still would have done the show.
He would have still done the show.
You know, so you got to stomp. And that's why they say if you don't settle a lawsuit, they said because if you settle, everybody going to start suing you.
Mm-hmm. Right. And you know, it's funny. I mean, I like TK's hustle. I really do. We know each other for a long time. But I don't think that's proper. You know, I don't care. He can say, I bought the advertisement. But, bro, if it sells out, great for you, man.
Mm-hmm. You're investing in yourself.
Right, you made enough money. Let's say if you sold out to 6 shows.
Yeah.
To be like, I need a 7th show, or because she can't work.
8th show.
Yeah, like, no, dude, no. Yeah. Be blessed that you sold out 6 shows.
Yeah.
And someone and a sister down there eating that ain't got nothing to do with you, your kind of humor, and to feel like your money she's making money off of you is absolutely. And so what? You know, at the end of the day, if let's say you hypothetically would have got 3 or 4 people scragglers in there, brother, aren't we here? Next, we can talk about something fucking else because that is absolutely damn ridiculous to do to do that. All right. Yeah, it's a man's game. Well. Keep supporting this sister when you see her live. She has a Tubi special coming out called Alycia Cooper for President, and it's the presidential season.
I needed it. Oh, you ain't let me tell you the Teddy Carpenter story.
Oh Lord, you got something oh Lord,
since we on a roll.
Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? This is shit.
So yeah, I was earlier on in my comedy career. When you're early on in your comedy career, you don't realize that you reek of desperation. So it was me and a couple other people reeking, and we wanted more headlining opportunities. Everybody wanted to get into the Laugh House in Philly. Mm-hmm. You know, anytime I've done a show there, the audience has been amazing. Like, they really give it up at that particular place in Philly. Philly, period.
Oh, yeah. Shout out.
So, I love performing in Philly. So, I just wanted to get, graduate to headline, in which all comics, we be doing comedy 3 weeks, we want a headline. I don't know what that's about. But, so I'm like trying to get in, can't get in. I'm working at Laugh Out Loud with Eddie B. And Teddy Carpenter sitting in the back of the room at the bar. And so I'm just doing some stuff. I'm working out some stuff and doing some old stuff too. And when I'm done, he says to me, he said, wow, he said, what I just watched was a comic who had material. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm not used to seeing material around here. And I said, I try to work on my stuff and just keep, improving it and whatever. Thank you for saying that. I'm a big fan of yours. Whatever, so we exchanged pleasantries. And then about maybe a week later, he reaches out and says he's going to get us an opportunity to be seen by the people who book the Laugh House in Philly. Okay. So it's me, it's Larry Lancaster. Okay. He out of Baltimore. We got Antoine Scott out of Virginia.
Yeah, shout out, all good comics.
Courtney since passed away. Kidney disease. Courtney G. He came in from Cleveland. Another guy came in from Houston. All of us come in because we're being told the owner and the booker are looking for new people to make headlines.
And Teddy gonna help y'all get in
and
there.
He's gonna help us.
Good looking out. Shout out to
Teddy.
We're like,
oh, Teddy is the man. So he said, send me a clip of you doing stand-up. I'm going to do a reel. He did a reel of all of us showing a joke we all told, and, to help fill the place up. and he's promoting it and all this stuff. And we're like, okay, that's cool. So we go out there. Now, this is where our antlers should have gone off. When you're showcasing for a club owner, it's usually one show.
Right.
We got like 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and 1 show Sunday.
No.
We're staying in a hotel. So we're still young and dumb. Antlers should have gone off.
You have a 5-show showcase.
5-show showcase. Nothing went off in any of us. So we got to take some of this on our own. So I get to Philly, and I rolled my little luggage into my hotel room, popped the lock, and it's a man's clothes on the other bed. It's double beds. It's a suit, some shoes, everything on this other bed. And I back out. I'm like,
Right.
oh, they gave me the wrong room.
Right, wrong room.
So I go back down. So I said, oh, you accidentally gave me the wrong room. A man is already occupying it. They're like, no, that's your room.
With the man's clothes in there.
I said, that's my room. I go back upstairs, and it is my room. Me and Antoine Scott are supposed to be roommates.
A male and female in the same room.
A man I've never met before that day. So me and him looking at each other like, we stand there looking at each other like a Mexican standoff. And so I'm like, well, they said this is my room. They said this is my room. So we just bust out laughing. Me and him are cool to this day.
Oh, yeah, you good dude.
And so we did. We stayed in the same room. And we do the shows Friday night, 2 shows Friday night. Saturday, Teddy says, let's all go to this breakfast spot.
Right.
We're going to meet there like, 11:30 a.m. It's 5 minutes from the club, and here's the address. All of us get there. And it's, big table, and we're laughing and joking and sharing little stories and having a good time. Bill comes. Teddy don't pick it up. So we all pay our portion. And we leave, and, we have 2 shows Saturday night, 1 show Sunday. So we do the shows.
How much time are y'all doing on stage, each person?
I'd say we're probably doing about 15.
Okay.
Yeah, about 15. So we go home, So we all keep in touch. Hey, Cordy, you made it back?
But hold on, let me ask you a question. So you're there doing the shows every night. Are you meeting the club owner?
One of the owner one of the nights was at the bar in the back. You know how that room is set up.
Okay.
The bar, he's not necessarily in the room, but he's
outside,
in the club.
Right.
So we saw him.
Right. So you thought he's watching you.
Yeah, we think he's watching. And then the booker, her name was Bree. Mm-hmm. She was there at least one of the nights. We're like, okay, at least they're there. So now we do our shows. We go home. We still keep in touch. Hey, you made it home. All right, Larry C. Bye. Hey, how you doing, Antoine? All of us are calling the club like fiends. Like, hey, you saw us. Hey,
right. What's happening?
When are we getting our date? You saw me, right?
Right.
Yeah, I got my calendar open. I'm open March and April. Can you plug me in here? And the lady sounding weird, like, huh? Okay, yeah, we saw you. Yeah, we'll let you know. Okay. All of us tearing the phone lines up for months. We don't get anything. Eventually, you lose inspiration and you stop calling. Mm-hmm. About 2 years later.
Okay.
I get Bree on the phone, and I tell her, I said, hey, Bree, it's been like 2 years. Y'all never booked me for my headlining spot. And I was told that when you were there, that you were there to watch us, to give us a headliner weekend. She said, Alycia, I don't know what you're talking about. She said, we paid Teddy for 5 shows to pay y'all. Y'all weren't working for free that weekend.
What?
She said, we paid him for 5 shows. He was supposed to pay you out of that money. Why would we have you working all weekend for free?
Damn.
And I said, I'm just blinking. I was like, Bree, what did you just say? I said, we went to lunch with this man, and he didn't even pick up the check. And I said, well, why are we talking? Why did you put me in the room with a grown man that I'd never met? She said, Alycia, why would I do that? That's risking a lawsuit. I would never put a woman in a room with a man. She said, you had your own room.
What did Teddy, when he saw him, what did he say? Well, I'll like know.
But let me tell you why I didn't get my room. He had met some random chick in Philly and had brought his 9-year-old son there and gave his 9-year-old son my room so he could sleep with this woman.
Wow.
So the 9-year-old basking in his own room for 5 shows, and I'm working, could have been anally raped by a stranger.
Damn. Anally, too?
Anally, man. Anally. I slept on my back.
Shit. You gotta get the booty hole.
I had to sleep on my back,
But did you ever see him and talk? Because I wonder why he would do that. Did you get his story ever?
What happened? I never got his story. What happened was I went on Facebook and so first I called Antoine.
Right.
Antoine hollering in the phone because we've been got. You know, it took
Right.
us 2 years to figure this out.
Right.
You know, so he's hollering on the phone. We tell Larry Lancaster, we telling other people,
hey,
man, we got. And so I put it on Facebook, the whole story.
I
And
know
then
that's right.
Antoine jumps in, and this one jumps in, and then Teddy jumps in.
Okay, good.
And he says something like, this is untrue. This is not what happened.
Right.
I'm like, if 5 people saying this what happened, I think this is what happened. And so he tried to jump in on there, and what he said didn't even make any sense. Like we're exaggerating the story or something. I know I slept in a room with Antoine Scott for 3 nights.
Right.
I know that I didn't
5
get
shows.
paid. I
Right,
know
you
I did
did
5
5
shows.
shows.
I know you got paid.
Right.
So where's the lie?
Right.
Point out in this Facebook post what part the lie starts. So it's just this is what, if y'all considering a career in comedy, rethink that shit.
Well, there's a couple people you named kind of crazy out there, but I'm quite sure each one of them be like, no, let me tell you what happened and stuff. But I'm glad my name ain't no smut, no bullshit. I just like
Me
that.
too.
It's just fucking crazy.
Me too.
Okay, let's talk about some crazy stuff that's happening lately. Since you like to talk, I love it. Shit, I didn't know all this was gonna come out, but what about these women telling men where they can't go to eat on the first date? What's up with that about? Are you still old school? You down like that? Are you still down with that too?
I don't really think that if you got a problem with where you being taken, then you come up with the date. You make the plans.
Okay.
Because
right,
this
right.
man is trying to do. First of all, you already showing you difficult out the gate.
Watch out
Who
now.
in the world is going to take somebody to task for taking them to Cheesecake Factory? That's like a 50-page menu.
Right.
There's something in there for everybody.
Right.
They got vegan options. They got everything in Cheesecake Factory. I can understand somebody taking you to the Waffle House on the first day. They be fighting up in there and everything.
Sure.
You know, your safety might be at risk. But a Cheesecake Factory?
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
You know, where you trying to go?
Right.
You know, it's certain places that don't take me no Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? Just because the food is nasty.
2 for $25 though, girl.
That's why.
Damn.
That's why. If they charge you $26, you're gonna sue.
Okay, so there's a certain budget of guy you want, because if a guy can only really afford that, because my thing is that let's go do something kind of easy for my pockets the first time, because you might not like me and I might not like you, and I'm not gonna turn around and spend $200 or $300 for somebody I don't like.
Right.
That ain't gonna happen.
See, I'm not opposed to meeting at a Starbucks.
That's what we're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but see, my thing is, are you a gold digger? Like, are you trying to come up off this date? Because it's just one date.
Yeah,
you know, and you done ate shrimp and lobster, and then y'all don't even like each other, and he $90 out of his wallet, and then you feel good.
Well, it's funny.
I
think women just feel like their time is valuable, not his. You know what I'm saying? Like I have the kind of time that's valuable, and so you need to spend $300-$400 on me if you're taking me out. First of all, you're setting a bad precedence.
Yeah.
Because if that's what you expect, then what happens if the next day he got to always say that number at that number? How do you go backwards?
Yeah.
You don't go to Ruth Chris the first night, and then the next week, what are you gonna do? He can't afford, like, well, I gotta go
crustacean next week.
Right.
Yeah, but
Mr. Chow.
some of these women, you might be the reason why you're single.
Ooh, don't
so
do that.
look within.
Don't do that.
If somebody treating you to a nice meal isn't good enough for you and you're single,
Right.
maybe that's why your expectations are too high. You can't be pleased, because that's what you're teaching him. You're teaching him that if he continues on, he's going to have a lifetime of trying to please you.
Right.
And nothing is ever going to be good enough. Who would sign on for that?
Right, sure.
You wouldn't sign on for that with a difficult man.
I see a lot of these young girls. You're talking about young, 22, 23. They're cute, whatever. And the question, like on the street, we ask, like, how much does a man got to make? And women be like, $250. Got to make $250, $200, $250, $300,000. Heifer ain't nothing in your whole life value together is $200,000 at 23 years old. So my thing is always like,
where are you getting this from?
I don't know. But here's it. Some women like to be like what's called spoiled. We call it spoiled. When like some women nowadays feel that I want to stay home and he works. They go to the old traditional situation. I stay home and he works. I cook and clean. First of all, if you clean thoroughly, you ain't got to clean like that every day.
Right.
Okay. A house don't get dirty like that.
Yeah.
Okay. We talking about those who don't have kids. Okay. Let's say that. So kids is a different situation. But some of these women aren't talking about having kids with the guy. They want that off the rip. And then cooking. At 23, what kind of meal you cooking? Let's be real. I know a couple of girls are gonna be like, I'm 23 years, I cook my ass. You're a rarity. Okay. You're a unicorn. So to me, so to me, and what happens is these guys who do that. Let me explain something to these women. And I don't know if you've been in a situation like this in your life, but when guys buy and pay for everything and do everything, they become controlling.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wearing that.
Yeah.
You're not going over here.
Yeah.
Because he knows
Yeah.
I basically run your life.
I just saw the Priscilla movie, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, really?
Elvis met her at 14 and bought everything, control how she wore her hair, control how she wore her makeup. Nothing is free. You know, so it's cheap, but it's gonna cost you.
Right, right.
So at the end of the day, if you're not gonna work or you're not gonna do anything, there's gonna be some sort of a trade-off.
Right, sure.
You know, you're gonna be sitting here lying like Alycia Pippen. Remember, Alycia Pippen said for like 12 years she had to have sex every single day. So Alycia ain't had no menstrual cycle.
Okay.
When did you mother the kids? Like
ooh,
they didn't get a
right.
birthday party because you're
Right.
humping.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? It didn't even make sense what this lady was saying.
Right,
And you got to look at, we talk about plastic surgery. Stop right now and go Google Alycia Pippen before and after.
Oh, don't do that.
She's like she done put a whole new mask on her face. There's no similarity between Alycia when he met her and Alycia dating Michael Jordan's son.
Damn. Speaking of dating, so Cassie went for the bag recently.
Woo!
And got paid the bag herself.
Ooh, they said she got 8 figures.
Ooh,
I can't even count up to 8 figures.
Okay. Damn. I remember when Puffy and her were going hanging out. I thought it was so cheesy one time. They were laying in bed asleep, and then they woke up and did something. Who's the cameraman? Who the fuck stuck in your house while you sleeping and shit? How you go like this? And the camera's on. If you don't get the fuck out, was somebody around there? Somebody was in his bedroom for 9 hours when they went to bed. When y'all go to bed, I'm gonna be here when y'all wake up with the camera ready.
So I can zoom in.
Zoom in. Cheesy. All that shit is cheesy to me.
Yeah.
But she went for that money.
Yeah. But look what she had to go through to get it.
I know. You ever met Puffy? You ever met Puffy?
No, I've seen him one time. I was at a club and he came in with Naomi Campbell and I watched him. He walked straight to the back of the room and put his back up against the wall. It was in L.A. And I said, oh, he know people out to get him. Because you that conscious.
Right.
I ain't never looked for no walls when I went into a place because I don't do people dirty.
Right.
You know, that's...
Right. Well, you know, well, Puffy, you know, he's like a duality to me. You know, he's one of the greatest entertainers or put together showers, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. He put that thing. He made the '90s rock. Yeah, he did. I would salute him for that. Yeah, but he's also a complex person where, you know, relationships, women, and all this kind of stuff, and he's always surrounded about something, and something ain't right, something don't feel right, but he survives all the time. So he's a fodder for news, you know, for gossip. Yeah. He is. And you know, I guess I don't say we need people like that, but you know, the internet does. You know what I'm saying? So,
what I want to hear from people like that is how much money are you donating to HBCUs? How much money you giving to black charities because you make so much money off black people? Right. You know, the black community. What are you doing? What are you doing to move the culture forward in an investment sort of way? You know, like I see Issa Rae, she's got these businesses and she hires a lot of people. And, you know, so I'm like, how do you, when you made it, how do you give back? Right. You know.
Well, you know, shit, he hits it from the back, gets in. All the baby mamas, all the children he got, and shit, he got a plethora of kids. He's moving the culture forward by his children, making more kids and shit. Damn. Look, girl, I am so happy to have you on my show. You know, my first one here. Yeah, man. One thing I like about you, your spirit is great. You know, you keep it 100. You say what's good, what's bad. I love it. You know, I just see more positive things for you in the future. You really, really rock. You're a funny comedian, very funny. I've seen you perform. She is a very funny comedian. Just because you may not have heard of her before, trust me, I wouldn't be lying to you. She's funny. She has material, clever, you know, nuances to her jokes. You don't just be like, some of these people say crazy shit just to be funny and fall all over the place. You actually have jokes, and I've seen you perform several times. I think you're very funny. I hope y'all watch her go on Tubi and see Alycia Cooper for president. Check that out. She's always touring all around the country, so come out and support her there. Before I let you leave, I do a little thing called IG creeping. That means we go on your IG page. Okay. And we look around and see what you've been up to. All right. Or what you've been up to from way back, whatever it is. So we're going to do it here on this monitor. So what I need to know is just pretty much, what were you thinking when this came up right here? What is that? I'm not that, but what the? That's your LGBTQ outfit? You down with everybody, rainbow folks?
Yes, I'm all inclusive. But that was actually a photo shoot that I just gotten some of the proofs back from, and I was considering which ones I was gonna keep. And that one, yeah, everybody says I look like my mom in that picture.
Oh,
So
nice. Oh,
I
really?
decided I'd go ahead and keep that one.
Okay, all right, all right. Let's go with this one right here. What about this right here? What was this? The Carters hated no one, and no one hated the Carters.
Yes, Rosalind Carter had just passed away.
Jay-Z, okay.
Yeah, not Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Uh-huh.
No, the actual Carters. I was saying
Right.
that as opposed to the Trumps.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's so hateful that
Right.
hate begets more hate.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You might not have agreed with the Carters' policies, but you didn't hate them.
Right.
You
That's
see,
true.
because they're good people. How can you hate a good person? You know, and so that's what that was about. That was a political tweet.
Okay, that's nice. Well, we dug a little deeper. We got a little funkier. What about this right here? What in the hell's... Is that how you make your side money? Is that what you make a little side
That's,
money?
yes. Like, that's
Right
what
off
I
the
do.
strip?
That's what I do. Every time a black man has me taking off a show, I got to go back to the
Hell
pole.
no. I love it though. I love it. you
That's
make
my
a
short
movie?
film, Fat Stripper.
Yeah, you did a movie like that, right?
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
short,
yeah.
actual,
Short film.
Yeah, I
called
remember
Fat
that.
About a girl who used to be a stripper, then a pandemic hit, and she was forced to go back to her strip club 20 years later for cash.
Okay, now what was your stripper name?
My stripper name was Sweet Cheeks.
Sweet Cheeks. Sweet Cheeks.
Sweet Cheeks is back.
Right. I just had Mr. Cheeks on my show. Okay, yeah. Sweet Cheeks, Mr. Cheeks. Yeah. All right, what else? What are we doing this next one? What was with this? Oh, hell, come on now. That's the Carter you talking about.
When I was in elementary.
That's how elementary school and high school teachers look like that.
That's based off all these teachers screwing the students.
Oh, hell no.
You know, now these school teachers, these Mary Kay Letourneaus are everywhere.
Look at that. That's funny. I remember her. That would be a rough look.
Yeah,
That's
like
a rough look
nobody
teacher.
was screwing this lady here.
That's a rough look. That's
And
a rough
nobody
look.
was excited if she came on to you.
Hey, ooh. That's a shim. A little she and him. Damn. All right. Let me see. We have another picture. Last one. What? No, we haven't got. What? Who is that? That's your mama?
That's my mother's mother.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes, my
Damn, it look
grandmother.
like you. So that was you almost.
Yeah, that's my mother's mother. Let me tell you something. This lady was the quintessential diva. She got dressed up to go to the Safeway. You
I
never
love
would
it.
see her in public not looking completely put together.
This had to be more like the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, that was the
They ain't
my
playing
grandma
around.
by then she had already had 9 children,
Really?
and she dressed every day
Nice. Look at she
to
fly.
the nines. Yes,
She fly. Well, girl, I'm so happy that you came on my show.
thank you.
Man, yeah, I really am. This was really a good interview. So, but before you leave, I got to do this. See, other shows don't do this. They don't give you a little swag bag. Okay, look at that little swag bag. Little swag.
I had no idea I was getting all this.
You gonna gift and shit?
There better not be no Cheesecake Factory in here.
Hell no, I ain't gonna be done that. But all that's black owned stuff, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
let me get my reading
Get your glasses on. Yes. I don't know no other podcast that give out gifts when they leave.
I done a million of them. I ain't never go,
Woo!
whoa!
That's
My
part of-
100 homies and phonies of Hollywood.
Oh, hold on now. Woo!
Ooh.
You can give me some stories, I think. Okay.
Yeah, you got some of the people we done talked about
Okay,
up in
okay.
here. I see Wendy. Oh, I can't wait to get into this
And
one.
I got
Yes.
pictures because black folks don't believe nothing unless they got pictures.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So each chapter moves along. You can get it on Amazon too. Check out this book. You can
Look
get it
at
on
young
Amazon.
Pierre.
I know. Wasn't that crazy?
Yes. I can't wait. Yes.
Yes, man. Let's see what we got. That's like a do-rag. You pull it out. It's like a rag for your hair. I don't know if you pull a
Let me
rag
see.
upon your head. Yeah, it's
Let me
it's
see my
yeah,
do-rag.
it's a do-rag or don't rag. Do or don't. Yeah, one of them.
Oh, it says Pierre's.
Yeah, you can do whatever.
See, y'all got to do this show.
Buy it
You
out.
ain't
Look at
gonna
that.
get stuff
Look
like
at that.
this.
Okay, you
Yes.
get stuff. You get stuff.
Yes, I feel the jealousy coming
Okay.
already.
It is.
From these hating comics.
Some people use a do-rag. Some fellas say it's a nut rag. I don't like that word and shit. I'm like,
Yeah, you know you about to get called. Why you do her and ain't do me, Pierre?
No.
Comics
good.
be
Man,
hating.
We good. Look at. Ooh, now you official.
Oh,
Now you
I'm wearing
official.
this. Ooh, I'm wearing
Official.
this immediately.
Okay.
Ooh, let me show y'all. Yes.
What you need? What size
Yes,
you need?
that's
I get
the right
another.
size.
Right
This
size.
is it.
There-
I got
yeah.
it. I
There
got
it
it.
is right there. That's
Ooh.
extra small. Extra
Ooh,
small.
Yes, I got a double XS. Double XS.
Okay. Extra small. I knew what it was when you came in here.
Yes.
And it ain't a cheap shirt either. It's one of them good ones.
The quality. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you.
That's the top of the line.
Ooh, you get the drink. Come on, you get the drink.
I get the mug.
Okay.
Oh, yes. This is my new mug.
So if you drink a little coffee
Pierre's
and a little...
Podcast, the mug.
Okay.
And then this one says, helps combat wrinkles.
No, my bad.
Fine
For your knees.
lines
I'm talking about your knees. Those for knees.
Acne, eczema, and psoriasis.
For your knees and elbows.
I love how it says not FDA approved.
Look, it should be a card in there. See who it, no, in the bag. Is there a card in the bag? That's what belongs. A sister is doing her thing.
Let me see the sister's card.
Yeah,
yes, it's sister Miss Q's Butter, Budda.
Okay.
Homemade shea butter from Shakita Quita Smith.
What up? Shout out to her.
All right, yes. I'm going to have to get some Miss Q's butter. So this is Miss Q's butter. Yeah, she shouldn't have said not FDA approved. Y'all know we from D.C. and we eat that mambo sauce. That ain't
She from
FDA
DC
approved.
too.
And them folks don't tell you nothing. They just let you eat it and die in 6 weeks.
That's funny. Let everybody know where they can reach you at and get you on social media. That's your camera right there.
Okay. Instagram, for some strange reason, took my whole page down. So I started again. It's Alycia Cooper 2023. Alycia Cooper 2023. I'm on Facebook, Alycia Cooper fan page. That's all you have to do is type that in. And subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell. It's just my name, Alycia Cooper.
So you got shows coming up, right? You said?
Yeah, I got shows coming up. I'm going to be doing some stuff, but I'm coming back home again to DC. The show I want to focus on is if anybody's in the DMV or the area or even coming through, I'm going to be at the DC Comedy Loft March 15th, 16th, and 17th. And I want to fill all my shows. I'm in the big room. I don't have to worry about anybody saying anything because I'm in the big room.
Right.
And so that's more seats that I got to fill. So get your ticket today. It's already online.
There it is right there, man. Support this young lady. We'll put a flyer up to let people know where your show is at, man. Thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate it. I've known you for a while. Like I said, you're one of my favorite people. Always funny, clever, always on cutting edge, and you speak your mind, and you keep it 100. I've never seen you say something that wasn't true. I'm about to find out about them other 3 situations. Kicking no sister off no show. I ain't with that, but it is what it is. Again, girl, thank you so much for coming through. I love it. I appreciate it, Alycia.
I'm loving my bag.
Yeah, you got your little swag bag.
Look, as they say, I'm in my bag.
There it is right there, y'all. Again, thank you for coming through, y'all. Look, another great episode of Pierre's Panic Room. Like I said, please hit the notification bell or the subscription button. Boom. The like button, all that stuff. Just keep following us, man. We're doing the damn thing over here, man. Thank y'all so much for being such true followers and showing me love on the streets when you see it. Like I said, we got another episode coming up next week. I'll holla at y'all.
We have security. I might not make it to the car with
my
bag.
That's right.
Is there security out here?
Well, you know, Kate, what's that, Cassie? She went for the bag. Now you got the bag. Both y'all got the bag. A little different bag, though, you know.
I got a bigger benefit than Cassie got.
There it is right there. All right. We'll holla at you later.
Hey, it's your girl Alycia Cooper. Just had a great time with our man Pierre, and I just survived Pierre's Panic Room.
Turn me up a little bit.
If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. You know, hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.